Building your credibility as a brand is very crucial for your brand. And now we have found that building credibility for your brand is mostly done through transparency. Like transparency is the best way for you to build your credibility as a brand. And now what happens is that when you are transparent, it gives you credibility. And now with that credibility now you are able to build trust with your customers. Now at the end of the day, it end up being it eventually becomes revenue for your brand. So now this one is through the purchases that your customer will be making from your brand. And now from us guiding brands in building transparency, we have found that there are three main ways that you can do this. Now, in this session, I'll be sharing with you the three ways for you to build transparency in your brand. And now, when you do that now, it will end up increasing your brand credibility, which eventually becomes trust. And now, at the end of the day, it becomes revenue for your brand. So, as for now, welcome to Elite Copy Experience. And now, in this copy series, this is whereby I share what is working for the brands that we are working with in terms of making their copy effective. So in this series, we learn how to take your copy from being copy that no one is engaging is the copy that is not converting to making your copy a copy that convert, a copy that brands are ready to talk about, copies that your readers are curious to engage with, like they are so eager to engage with. And now a copy that not just looking good or looking beautiful, but a copy that delivers by contributing to the revenue. So that is what this series is about. So for now, I'm your host, Samuel Kim, the founder and CEO of NK Elite. So NK Elite is an agency which focuses on two things. So the first one is fundraising and the second one is marketing. So for the marketing, we focus on copywriting and email. For the fundraising, it's all about grant writing. So today we are in copywriting. So this is from the marketing wing. Now, as I already mentioned, there are three ways that we use for our client brands to build transparency for their brand. And now these three ways is what we call the SPS framework. So this is the SPS framework, the SPS Trust Building Framework. Now I'll be going into each element of this framework uh, one at a time. So the first element of the SPS Transparency Building Framework is is shipping. So shipping is about when the question that every customer will be asking. And now this one question is what in the marketing world is called WISMO. So this is the question that your customer service team will be peppered with. And now WISMO means where is my order? So the moment the customer clicks purchase, the question that will be running in their mind is where is my order? And now for you to answer this question effectively, you have to do it in terms of in your confirmation email and so in the copy of your confirmation email and in the emails that shows the customer the status of their shipping. So what this means is that in a confirmation email, you should make it very clear this is when your product will be delivered to you. And now also in the shipping status email, so this is whereby you will be telling your customers that their order has been received, their order has, is being shipped, and now you can also give them a tracking number so that they can track their product, so that they can know when their product will be delivered to them. Now, the reason this shipping is important is that if you don't give your customers the shipping details, what end up happening is that their the customers end up having this fever. So they get this fever. Now the fever is that when will this product be arriving? Will I be there to receive it? When will I be sampling this product? So those are the questions that are running in your customer's mind the moment they click purchase. And now the only way to reduce this shipping anxiety is through your confirmation email and through your shipping status email. So that is where you tell your customers what is going on with the shipping and how the product will get to them. Now to the P now, the SPS Transparency-Building Framework. The P is about pricing. Now, what you have noticed is that most of the time, the reason for a prospect abandoning the checkout is because of hidden costs that have been included in the price. And now what happens is that when the customer gets to checkout, what they notice is that the price in the checkout is high compared to the price that they saw the moment they were on the product description page. And now what happens is that products they end up asking themselves like, why is this price higher than the ones that I saw on the product? Why is this price higher than the ones that I had on my cart? And now what happens is that the moment they see these hidden costs, what happens is that the trust is broken. So the trust that they had in your brand is broken at that moment, and the customer just closes off that tab and forget about buying that product. So that is the cost of having hidden cost in your checkout page. Now, how do you tackle this? The way to tackle this is to make sure that everything about the price is transparent by being transparent about the pricing of your product. And now the way you do this is that on your product on your product description page, you should include the shipping costs that will be accompanying that product. And now if there's anything else, you should also include it there so that your customer knows that this is the price that I'll be paying when I get to checkout. So they don't end up being surprised the moment they reach checkout. So that is the how to create transparency in terms of pricing. So that is the second way to build trust with your customers. The final way and the final way to build trust with your customers. Now the final way in the SPS Transparency Building Framework is transparency in your sourcing. So this one is about sourcing now. Sourcing is more about how your product has been sourced. So this is about your ingredients and the skincare product. And now What happens for skincare brands is that in recent years, there has been a huge shift that has been going on. And now if your product is focused on is focused on millennials and Gen Zs, you have also noticed this. And now this one is more about the sourcing now. And now what is happening is that in the last few years, customers are becoming more and more aware that they should be looking into how the brand is choosing the ingredients that they'll be using in their skincare product. And now this happens on two levels. And now the first level is that customers want to know, like right now there's been this complaint that brands are using toxic ingredients in their skincare product. And so customers want to know whether these products that are being used in the skincare product. So they want to know in your brand now whether the product that you are using, the ingredients that you are putting into your skincare product, whether they are toxic or not. So they want to know whether these ingredients will be affecting their skin, affecting their face, or even affecting their body as a whole. So that is one of the things that is making customers very conscious. This is because there have been complaints from customers that they use a product and now the product ended up creating an issue with their skin. It ended up awakening an allergy. It ended up affecting their skin in a bad way, like affecting their body in a bad way. So that is the first level of why customers are becoming very conscious in what in the ingredients that are in your product. The second level now, this one is mostly, as I've already mentioned, this one is for if you are targeting Gen Zs and millennials. You have also noticed this. And now the second one is about the Gen Zs and the millennials want to know the effect that your product, like the effect that sourcing of the ingredients of your product, the effect that it is having on the environment. So this one is more about sustainability and the impact of you as a brand that you are having on the environment. Now this one now is because Gen Zs right now and the millennials they place more value on the effect that a brand is having on the planet. So the effect that the brand is having on us. And so those are the two levels that are, are the customers are using to evaluate your brand in terms of what ingredients that you are having in your brand, and for the millennials and the Gen Zs, what impact your brand is having from the sourcing that you are doing for the ingredients that you are using in your skincare product. And so when you are transparent in how you are sourcing your products, you end up dealing too bad with a single stone. And now the first bad is the conscious customers who want to know what is in your product, and the second bad is the Gen Zs and the millennials now, with them wanting to know the impact that your brand is having on the world now. So that is the SPS framework, SPS Transparency Building Framework that we use for our client brands so that we can guide them in using transparency to create credibility for their brand. Now, when they create that credibility for their brand, what ends up happening is that they build this undeniable trust in their brand. Now, that undeniable trust ends up contributing to revenue for the brand in terms of purchases from customers, in terms of referrals from those customers, and also in terms of reputation of the brand among its customers and in the industry of skincare as a whole. So that's all about the SPS framework, and I'll give you a recap of it. So we use the SPS framework, SPS Transparency Building Framework, that has three key elements. So the first element is sourcing. So sourcing is about the sourcing that you are doing for your product. And now, so this is about the ingredients that are in your product, and also about the impact that you are having on the planet as you are going about your sourcing process. The second is the P now. The P is about pricing. And now this is about being transparent about pricing so that your customer is not surprised the moment they reach the checkout and they realize that your brand has hidden costs that end up breaking the trust that they already have in your brand. The third, the third element of the SPS framework is the S now. And the S now is about the S is about the kind of kind of guideline load. So the first is sourcing, the second one is pricing. Now the that one is the S now. The S is about shipping now. So shipping now, this is about when the product will be shipped. So this one is more about answering WISMO. So WISMO is an abbreviation from where is my order. So your customer want to know where the order is. Now when you are transparent about your shipping, you end up reducing the anxiety that customers have about when the product will be arriving. Now by doing that now, you start building trust. Now your shipping experience is exceptional. You end up building trust with that customer, and now that customer is able to come back to your brand again and again and again. So those are the three ways to build transparency for your brand. And now by building that transparency, you build credibility for your brand. So my question for you is, which of the three ways are you using in your brand to create transparency? So let me know in the comments below. And also, the other thing is about the SPS framework. If you like to get that framework from me, you can send me an email. And now, so my email is in the description. And now you can send me an email, and I can send to you the SPS framework as a reward for you being here with me today. So that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next session. So trust, transparency builds trust. And so that is what the purpose of this session was about. It's about how to build trust using the SPS trust building framework. So for now, bye bye. Kapadiam.